Each piece of Mad God is handcrafted, independent, and created from the heart. Welcome back to Should You Watch This with the Popcorn Priest, a weekly podcast where movie enthusiasts, ex-movie theater projectionists, new and old friends take the time to talk about a movie that we just watched and answer that very question, should or shouldn't you watch this? I apologize. I don't have a trailer. I tried my best doing a live trailer read last week, and that's all you get, okay? I'm sorry. It's just a bunch of imagery of Mad God from 2021. That's what we're getting into today. And I just want to reintroduce our special guests. We haven't had you guys on for a while. So should you watch this? Up in the air, Cole, and
I'm the one that's
Ride Like the Wind, try.
Yeah, Ride Like the Wind, or Sailing, or whatever that is. The song from Ambulance. Yeah.
Well, welcome back. This is really going to be kind of free form. Normally, I have quite a bit of trivia, beefs, puzzles, all of our categories.
But this is like...
It's not that type of movie.
It's not that type of movie. So I do have 3 or 4 trivia points, and then we're just going to have like this discussion about... I mean, we might weave it into the categories, but it's essentially going to be our interpretations. I just am really excited to hear what you guys thought of specifically, and then also what you got out of it. This is going to be interesting to me. So let's just get into popcorn trivia.
Let me tell you something, Pandeo.
All right. The fully stop motion animated film was Tippett's pet project.
That can't be true. There's live action sequences in it.
That's true. That's incorrect. More than 30 years in the making, he started working on it in the late 1980s after making RoboCop 2 from 1990, but considered abandoning it when Jurassic Park was released. And CGI animation seemed to make stop motion a thing of the past. And he talks about that in the docuseries that we mentioned last week from Disney Plus, and I highly recommend it. He says after some urging, he started a Kickstarter campaign that allowed him to finish the movie. So we talked about this last week, but the film has no audible dialogue and consists almost entirely of stop motion, which is, again, incorrect. Stop motion animation and puppet work. Okay, so we have puppet work, but there's also like real actors.
Real humans.
For at least,
probably like
few
5-10
scenes.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like
Not too
20%, 15%.
I don't know. But they're definitely not animated, so I don't know.
But according to this, it says, although there are a few live action sequences where actors in puppet suits were used.
Okay.
That one, like, ethereal guy that carries the soul, the baby soul.
Well, that's our interpretation. So,
It looks like
it may not be what that is. It has to be what that.
I said I could say baby because it's crying like a baby.
Yeah.
Baby soul.
And the last 2 popcorn trivia I have, around the first quarter of the movie, a robot's graveyard can be seen in the background of the character. Amongst the abandoned machines, an ED-209 from RoboCop can be seen. I did not see that, even though I knew to look for it, and I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
I don't remember robots at all.
There's lots.
There's
a lot. It's a very visually busy movie.
Yeah, there's a whole lot going on each scene.
So it's not surprising that you would miss something like that.
And then, I don't know, I guess this is kind of a stretch, but it says in the scene where multiple planets are seen, the creator sends out black monoliths. It's a homage to 2001 Space Odyssey.
I guess.
Whatever.
Maybe that seems like.
But it's also a callback to the
opening of the movie.
Of the movie.
So I don't. Yeah,
I don't agree with that.
I think that's some.
Well, no, because that's what the souls were getting compressed into, were those squares.
No, they got compressed into silver, and
that's what I mean. But
they got ground up and snorted.
Oh no, you're right. I'm thinking of something else.
Well, they're not snorted, but yeah. Anyway,
mixed in with cosmic juice.
I'm gonna do. This is the first time I've done this on Should You Watch This. I'm going to play all 3 of our sound bites for all 3 of the last categories, and then we're just going to, just like the film, it's going to be an amalgam of all of our thoughts and feelings. So here we go.
Where's the beef? Hey, where's the beef?
Oops, I didn't mean to hit.
I was like, why does Halo sound like Wendy's?
It's not the Halo. You keep saying it's the Halo.
It's Halo.
It's not. It's just monks chanting.
Like in
All right,
Halo.
can I?
Okay, it reminds me of Halo specifically.
Thank you.
Even
Thank
if it's
you.
monks chanting, I think of Halo.
It can remind.
I'm
you
looking
of
up
it.
the title.
It's not. I looked it up after we had this
after-
argument.
it's not the
before.
same?
It is not. Okay.
Nah, that's too bad.
All right, let me
that would
try-
have been funny.
Different
if
set of
that-
monks.
Yeah.
With these special guests is always.
It's always about Halo.
Oh, jeez. All right. No, I was going to say that you guys always interrupt me. Okay, so here I'm going to do this again. I screwed it up. I shrewded it.
Where's the beef? Hey, where's the beef?
A sphincter says what? What? A sphincter says what? What? Exactly.
Exactly.
I have exorcised the demon.
Maybe I should have played them all at the same time. Let's try
Oh,
that.
like over themselves.
Yeah.
Why did you
That
play
way.
all three?
Where's the beef?
Says what?
Hey, where's the
this
beef?
is good.
This is very.
You should add in the Halo
Sphincter
theme just
says what?
to like top it off. It's too late now. Now it's
Exactly.
All right. No, it kind of worked.
kind of. Yeah,
All right,
Yeah.
we're through that.
that was an intro.
That was an intro. Okay, so we're gonna have beefs, puzzles, and redemption in this whole thing. So I really want to hear what you guys just generally. What did you feel about when this was over?
No, it was kind of, I don't know, it was confirmation at least of the general overall idea with like the space stuff and like the universe creation stuff.
Because of his background, is what you're saying?
No.
What do you mean by space? What do you mean?
Like the Big Bang, rebirth,
When they
creation
throw the
stuff.
ashes down
That
into
he's like
space.
it's like the hero's journey, the life journey in a universe created by a mad god. Like I think that's pretty. I think he sets it up, and then like the interpretations you go there because like he sets it up with like that opening thing from Leviticus talking about I will create a disordered world where everything will be bad.
I'm going to unleash my sword and cause chaos.
Yeah, I mean, and then it kind of follows, and then there's all the other stuff that I think is symbolic, where he's sent down, and then there's like a mad scientist like observing him, like it's some sort of experiment or test.
Okay.
That's what.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the mad
Almighty.
scientist you guys feel is maybe the mad god.
Could be, or
Like
it could be it could be him.
character.
It's more like what kind of god would create the hell that like he.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
lowered
And then you
down
could also
through.
use like criticism of our universe and our theological
it's
understanding of things.
the Inferno, but a claymation
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of thing going down through different various levels.
And
of
then
just
there's like
torture
showing
and-
cruelty, like in different, from the beginning, like
Treating
between
life
different
as
like
disposable.
levels of being, I guess, or like
Well, it
hierarchies of
shows
power.
that like it's famous from an Albrecht Dürer painting of the 7 levels of hell.
Mm-hmm.
That like iconography of the like Tower of Babel and seven steps, like
Yeah.
7 sections of it. So yeah, that's like the opening imagery. Yeah.
So
what
I don't think he's being like subtle in like the basic ideas he's going after.
Yeah. What do you guys feel about the whole he's approaching this like area where he's depositing one of the many characters with the, goggles and gear and stuff. And there's just all of them are lined up.
Yeah,
Are,
yeah.
are they like waiting to go?
Yep.
Are they just not animated yet? Meaning they're lifeless and they're waiting for him to like allow them to go down into the
That's what I think is like it's about like a life like cycle that everyone goes through, like where they're all sent down into the disordered nonsense world to like witness horror and then die horribly.
he does die horribly.
And then then that's what like when they're like taking out his stuff and it's like gold. Like, so it's
Yeah.
possessions
His
and
worldly
books.
possessions.
So it's like knowledge and
Knowledge.
experience.
And the photos
like,
were
I-
like his memories.
Again, there's a lot of symbolism here. So like with what he's going for, it's so like so the person said, doesn't make any sense. It's like it's obvious he's saying things.
Yeah. And when you guys feel like the soul is taken from him, does it get rebirth? Does it get used as like methamphetamines for
That's another thing is
ogre?
the fact that they're all given a map before going. So it's like essentially this is your fate. So I mean, there's a lot of like
That's interesting.
theological stuff like that in there.
Once you relieve yourself of your baggage, you're free.
Yeah, I guess. But then I don't know. There's also a lot that's open to interpretation. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming he's fine with that. Like that's the type of movie it is.
Like I don't get what the bomb symbolizes? Like, what's it supposed to be exploding? What's it supposed to be destroying?
I think it's just disorder.
Just destruction of humanity, probably.
Madness.
What we do to ourselves.
Like the fact that it's like, it's like the complete opposite of building something.
Because I think in my head that there was all soldiers that were already there. Like that was all that was left of humanity. So they were sending them down to like destroy like the version of hell, like what was underneath them.
You could, like, that would be another way of looking at it, is trying to like interpret it literally. Is like, what's the plot that it's trying to say? Because I mean, that like, I think it works on that level too. It's just more confusing.
Yeah, like I get he's trying to destroy hell with a bomb, but then at the same time, it doesn't make sense because then you're destroying like because he's essentially caught and destroyed and then ground into powder and then used to create new life. So if they had destroyed it beforehand or if the bomb had gone off,
he was ground into powder so he could be done as blow. Okay.
Yeah, and that through that the mind explosion of stimulants, a new universe was created.
I think the pivotal scene...
It's like a Gaspar Noé movie, the way it just shifts all of a sudden once they throw that powder.
That's true. There is some really, really cool imagery of like fluids and planets and like
body parts
going through visually.
The infinite cosmos.
Yeah, it's really kind of cool.
The fact that the map was gone right before he got caught. I mean, there's a lot in there.
No, that makes sense.
For me, I think the coolest scene for me personally was you see these formed bodies, almost, faceless bodies that keep coming out of the goop that's been pressed out of these guys basically like vomiting out their butthole.
Yeah.
Being electrocuted in their guts.
Yeah, they're that was really weird, and so that goes into like a weird baby grotesque mouth, and then they get formed into these bodies that
turn into larvae.
Yeah. But there's this
but then they're like sent to like these industrial like
processing farms.
There's like just like the industrial revolution. Like, we're just going to turn people into hamburger for profit kind of a thing.
Correct. So. But there's this one scene where his map is deteriorating, and he opens this like trap door, and he looks up over to one of these like faceless entities. Mm-hmm. And there's this like moment, this look, and it's really interesting because later on we see him getting all of his gear stripped, and his shadow looks very similar to one of these things. And so I don't know, it was really cool where he was like seeing himself, and he was like, I can't save you. Mm-hmm. I gotta go. I don't know, that to me was like the best part of the movie for me.
Yeah, it's got a lot. There's a lot of good stuff like that. And there's there's stuff that it doesn't make sense, and you're curious if that's just kind of like to obfuscate like the meaning, or if it's just that he thought it'd be cool.
Yeah, he thought it'd be cool.
So it's like it would be worth multiple viewings if you were into it enough. I would wait personally, but
yeah, I think just from a standpoint of like, I just enjoyed watching the scene, the scenes of the tanks.
Yeah.
What a fun
those were cool. Yeah.
With the tracer bullets, and they were like coming at you.
And there's like explosions that look like real explosions set against like miniatures.
Yeah.
Yeah. There, throughout the whole film, there's a really
shifts like
interesting, like, hey, there's like a mishmash of different techniques used to make things.
It's not super clear. I'm curious what like rules they thought. Like, we can't do this because that's cheating. Because like, I don't know if there's any CGI in there. I mean, maybe there is, and it's just not obvious.
Maybe like matte, like layers where he can put different planes between different subjects so that they
I just meant like the actual imagery, like,
oh no,
because like he's clearly compositing like footage of like nuclear blasts and stuff, but I don't know, maybe when those dominoes fly off, maybe that's CG. But it could
flying off into space.
I don't know, but I mean, I'm curious if there was anything like that where it's like, no, we will not only this. I'm only doing.
We're not going to stoop to that level.
Yeah, like the way that I think like Hayao Miyazaki is with CG. Even though he's used it a couple times, he doesn't like it, and he's like, it
burns him when he touches it.
Yeah, he finds it foul and disgusting. So
yeah.
So I don't know, but it is interesting from that angle though, of just trying to see like, well, what did they? I mean, yeah. So it works on that level if you're just interested in like classical effects too, like and how those were done and. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a patchwork of all the old ways of doing movie making.
Yeah.
Of all the things that he learned along his career. Yeah. It's really fun for that aspect. Yeah, it's not for everybody.
No, I wouldn't say. I mean, it's like the type of movie you would see, like if you've ever seen like the Oscar animated nominated films, where they send them out as like a package. It's like an hour and a half long, and it's got like 5 films in it. It's similar to those types of movies, but longer and full length.
Yeah.
It's like something
Because those are
Terry
usually
Gilliam would have made in the
experimental,
80s.
and they're doing like So and usually they may not have actors because they're like, nah. So I would say it's like that, but longer. It definitely has a lot that you can get out of it. Yeah, just from a classical effects, and then also like there is certainly a something that's being said.
So did you enjoy it? Here's a question. Did you enjoy it on like a level of just the imagery versus the meaning that you got out of it? Does it matter to you?
I would say I got it more out of just trying to decipher the meaning, because it's, again, clearly there, regardless of what that IMDb person said.
Yeah.
It's like whether you can fully get, I mean, I'm not saying I fully got it. Like there's clearly more in there, but like you certainly...
You could definitely rewatch
It's like, yeah, it's like this is made with intent.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's interesting visually, but the more you watch it, the more you're trying to follow the story and like piece together what may be going on or what's happening.
Yeah.
So it really goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
It keeps you in like...
Yeah, like they drill into his
time.
brain and go into his past, and
You see
there's
his vision.
Yeah, where he came from.
Yeah, for me, like,
Maybe he's like some sort of demigod angel, and the other people are just, and so he's not able to. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot you can interpret it as. So
I like the fact that you got so much meaning out of it. Ride Like the Wind, try.
that's right.
But for me, I would say about 20 to 30 minutes into it, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to step back. I don't really care what the meaning is. I'm just going to enjoy the visuals and just sit there and drink my Mountain Dew and enjoy just looking.
I think it works that way too.
And for me, that's how it worked. Otherwise, I'd be like,
It's just
I would be like angry, like what? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
just
Why?
treated
Why?
like-
There are certainly like independent films I've seen where it's like, can you just say what you mean? Like where it's like they're being so like obfuscating that it's like irritating. Which, I mean, I guess it depending on how you were looking at this, but I don't know. With the opening of Leviticus and stuff, I felt like it told you what to look for.
Yeah. I think if I had any beef, would be the Leviticus opening. Not because of the subject matter, but because I couldn't read it.
Yeah,
very
the
well.
speed and the font.
The font
made that a bit.
I had to like pause it and like read
well,
it
maybe
out loud.
if you had your Bible memorized.
Bro, I am the priest. Okay? I use the scriptures daily. Okay.
Well, you need to memorize them like they
Well,
used to do.
Leviticus doesn't have
like
that
they
many
used to
life
use like
lessons.
parlor tricks back in the day.
Well, they at least use Times New Roman in
Yeah.
the Bible so that I can actually read the.
That's a fair point.
Okay, all right.
It's not a handwritten codex by like some like
1 point popcorn priest. Thank you. All right. Anything we missed that we should talk about? Any redemption? Any puzzles? Any beefs? Any overall
There's-
feelings?
Just all the gore in the operating room towards the middle. There's a whole lot of cutting open a body and digging out body parts and slopping
Is that too
around.
much for you?
No, I'm just making it known it's where like there's a really particular gory scene that's like something out of Hostel or Saw towards the middle.
I guess, but I feel like everything's too fantastical that you're like it's
It's
not human.
No, it
They're
blends
doing that
in.
too.
It's just that part was kind of shocking where they're just throwing crap all over the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, no beefs with it. I liked it. I mean, it's the type of movie you would get in like an intro to films class or something, or some like interpretive,
Like something to see at a film festival.
yeah, like
Oh
it's
my
something
God.
like you'd like write a paper on what you think this means and what they're trying to say, and then it would be again like it's the opposite of like Godzilla versus Kong. It would reward you for looking at it that way.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to it. So
Yeah, and I like movies for that very reason. There's the two polar opposites. Like I love going into a Fast and the Furious movie and just enjoying turning my brain off because that's really cool. And then occasionally I like something like this where I can
More cerebral.
yeah, exactly. So, and that's where I think this lands. And I'm not going to, I probably give this a medium to large bucket, but it's still,
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. And I think it's,
You just gotta be in the right mood for it.
yeah.
yeah,
What are your guys' ratings? How many stars?
I would say a lot of stars.
A lot of stars.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely more cerebral than a lot of the movies I tend to like.
Not thousands and thousands.
So if you had, I was gonna say, like if, because like the reason if you didn't want to think about something and just put something on, don't watch this, you get mad. So
yeah.
Like that other guy who doesn't seem to like thinking at all and posted an IMDb about it.
Yeah, I feel real uncomfortable.
Yeah,
fast.
Jamesish 357. You're on blast, bro.
That's right.
Cool. Any parting thoughts?
I'll give it 4 stars.
Wow.
I'm going to watch this again. I can tell because it was, especially like once it kind of gets going, just watching the scenes and the sets and everything is just mesmerizing, especially when it goes down those stairs through that giant dark kind of cave.
Do you want me to give you my Plex access?
Oh, I bought it. I got the...
Oh, you bought it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can give you my Plex access as well.
That works.
I feel like I haven't shared that with you guys in the many years we've done this. I think it's worth...
Special guests, we don't even get access to the site.
It's fine.
It's cool. I'll send it to you. I just need your email addresses and I can give you a login.
All right.
Well, with that, thanks for joining us for our review and breakdown of Mad God from 2021. That's it for this week, but I am with you always. Look for me in the cloud at Popcorn Priest. I love movies and would love it if you would share the love.
He's a benevolent God.
I am
a mad God.
I am not a mad God. I'm a benevolent.
That's right.
And loving God.
That's right.
I'm a loving priest.
That's right.
And I would love it if you'd share this with the movie lover in your life. Another way to support the show is by throwing a few shekels at the priest. Visit patreon.com/popcorn priest for details and see what extra perks you can enjoy. If you've made it this far, go. Give us a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. I command thee. And as always, thanks to my special guests. Up in the air, Cole.
Mm-hmm. Give me the Halo theme one more time.
This doesn't mean that we gave this a golden bucket. This is just for Up in the Air Cole's enjoyment.
Mm-hmm. There we go. That's the stuff.
There you go.
It's Halo.
And also thanks to my special guests, Ride Like the Wind.
That's right.
Tribe. I'm always...
3-time Grammy Award winning.
I'm always happy to have
selling.
you guys on the show. It's always a pleasure. And remember, when you watch movies, you can pop off, pop in, or pop out, but always bring the popcorn. We'll see you guys next week. Okay, please put it in. I'm recording this. I'm going to put this at the end of the episode. This
Do you want me to start over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Play it again. That's fine. This is all. Okay, here's my soundbite, which is authentic Gregorian monks.
It sounds like it could be the exact same session.
No.
It's slightly higher than the other one, but it's the same thing.
Play yours again. Play yours again. Hey, this is Halo.
It could be the same recording session, though.
I mean, there is a high similarity, okay?
I mean, I'm not saying it's original for when Halo used it, but maybe it was. I don't know.
But it's pretty dang close. It will remind me of Halo regardless.
All right. Well, I don't know if we got any further from that, but I appreciate it.
It says the Gregorian chant in prologue. Yeah. So let's see.
All right. I'm adding this. This is in for posterity, so we can finally stop talking about it. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Never.